Hey there, Eric with you. Thanks so much for joining me again. I wanted to speak to you today about using food as a reward with our children. And what made me think of this, I was at the store, the grocery store the other day, and there was a mom, stressed out mom. She had two little kids. They were probably like 6 and 4. There was a little boy who was 6, a little girl who was probably around 4, and the boy was having a tantrum. He had picked up like a box of muffins, those little mini muffins, and he had wanted them. I just pulled down the aisle, and this was unfolding. He had wanted these muffins, and the mother said no, and this little boy went into a full-fledged tantrum. He was throwing the box of muffins around, kicking it in the aisle. The mom was horrified, of course, and I just kind of laid back to see how this would unfold. And the mother finally said, "Okay, okay, if you stop crying, if you stop screaming, we'll get the muffins." And sure enough, like a light switch, that boy stopped complaining, stopped whining, and he picked up the muffins, threw it in the grocery cart, and they were on their way. And it just started me thinking about, as parents, how we will use food as a reward for behavior, and what type of message that is sending to our children. First of all, we're telling them that good behavior, of course, is rewarded by unhealthy food. And this can be, like the circumstance I spoke about before, or even, maybe if your child brings home a good report card, we'll go out and get them a big ice cream. Or maybe they're in sports and they they hit a home run, so we take them out to their favorite, ice cream again, or their favorite meal, which may not be the healthiest. So we're sending this message that if you do good, if you act well, if you behave well, you're rewarded with unhealthy food. And we may be telling them other times that it's not okay to eat unhealthy food. So we're sending this jumbled, mixed message to kids. And I think also, as they perform better and better, of course, they're going to start expecting this. Hey, if I do A, then I get B. So they're starting to expect this reward of an unhealthy food, and this can manifest as they get older and older. And it may sound silly, as a little kid, but just think, as we get older, you did something well and you celebrate. You go out and you do something unhealthy, maybe. So we're kind of paving the road by teaching them this at an early age. And I think also, too, of course, as they we're trying to teach them, okay, do good and you'll get unhealthy food, that they'll start to adapt to that principle, and they'll start to do better and better, and of course they'll eat worse and worse foods. And that can, of course, over time lead to many problems, many obesity, overweight, and many chronic conditions following that. So using food as a reward, we have to be very, very careful. I think it can really, again, send a message to a little child that it's okay to eat unhealthy foods, but it's only okay when you're doing something positive. And again, this can manifest not only then but later in life and cause many problems. So I just thought, what else could we do with children if they do something positive, if they're doing something good, if they're behaving well, one-on-one time. I don't know any child who does not love spending time with their parents. I can remember when I was a kid, my children, they loved that one-on-one time. So that would be a perfect reward. Spend some time with them. I just, thought off the top of my head, you can play a game with them. If they have a favorite game, you can break the game out, use that as the reward system. Even, make a play date, whether it's with you or your spouse, or maybe one of their friends, have one of their friends come over, set something up in that regard. book, you know, you can go to the bookstore. What a great way to promote books, right? And reading, or you can read them a book, you know, depending on their age level. Music, if they enjoy music, you can play certain music to celebrate. You know, there's a lot of variety with this. It can go in many directions, but just some ideas. You know, you can take them out places that they enjoy, take them to the library, the zoo, the park, something that is going to be healthy and beneficial to them. We can use as their reward. So it's you know, it's a win-win in that regard. They're doing well, and then we're rewarding them with something that's going to benefit, that's going to be healthy, that's going to increase their wellness. So, just a quick take on giving food as a reward. Please be very, very careful with that. And I think this is a good message. If you can pass this on to as many parents as you know, it would really help, again, with these problems that kids face today. There's such an epidemic of chronic conditions that any type of changes we can make with children, especially at a younger age, is of course going to be so helpful as they get older. So if you could pass this on, if you could like this video, I would really appreciate it. And I'm going to be making several more videos. So if you enjoy this content, you can also subscribe. I'd love to have you along with me. All right, thanks so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.